said, the other nations are not in this covenant. Yeah, this Bible has got nothing to do with the white man, the Japanese man. No. I'm gonna show you something. I've got biblical. See, this is the table of nations, yeah? At the top is Israel. Israel, Yasharallah. Yasharallah means the princes of God, the Israelites. We are the princes of God. Whether a black woman don't believe it, she's going to find out soon when there's no food in the shops, yeah? She's going to find out who the real man is, because she's going to come back crying to the black man to save her, yeah? Then we got the white man, yeah? The second man, who's in charge at the moment. His name Edom. Yeah, and what does Edom mean? Edom comes from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. Would you say white people are really white, or are they red? The sun's out and I've seen nothing but red heads. Yeah? So they can't be white and we can't be black. So there's something wrong with their terminology. But what it is, they've done a number on us. Innit? What do you reckon? White people done a number on us, innit? What do you reckon? Calling us black people when I'm brown. But don't worry, everything's going to turn upside down soon, you know? Whoa, the right way up. So we're out here breaking down the strongholds, yeah? Because we're in the last days. We're in the last days of the white man's world, the Greco-Roman Empire. These are the last days of the English. And we're preparing for the changing of the guard. The black man's going to come back into power again. How are you going to feel about that, sir? Good, man. Having the black man ruling again. Good, man. Why not? Yeah, because you're going to be righteous. There's going to be no LGBTQ. There's going to be none of that in our kingdom. Yeah? We have no women ruling over men. Yeah? Going down on one knee, begging the woman. There's going to be none of that in our kingdom. We're going back to testosterone. Not estrogenite men and that. Testosterone is going to be the rulership. Yeah? And it says here, in sorrows shall the woman bring forth children, because that's what epidural. I think there's a thing called epidural, what they take for the pain. Because like I said, you don't see other life on the earth screaming when they bring forth children. But the Bible talks about the woman being beguiled by the serpent, being beguiled by the devil himself, the so-called white man. Yeah? And our people better take this out of their mind. If they've got this in their house, yeah, they got a curse. They got Satan, actually Satan in their yard. That's why they don't know nothing. They got a vibration in their yard. That's why they don't know who they are. Walking around calling themselves black people when they're brown. Yeah? Madness. But they're going to learn the hard way, because death is coming. Death and destruction. And it says, and unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. So if there's such a thing called toxic masculinity, yeah? This is what they call it, toxic masculinity. This is what the Bible says. Unto Adam he said, because listen to thy voice of thy wife. You're not supposed to adhere to these women. You rule over them. That's what the Bible says. But this white man has completely got these women on a pedestal. Yeah? Pedestalized them. Yeah? But like I said, when the lights go out in this kingdom, we're going to see what kind of spirit, if we're going to conjure up that Wonder Woman. You know that Wonder Woman? Or that Queen of Heaven spirit? Xena the warrior princess. Let's see if they can conjure that spirit up when there's about 20 men banging on their door. Yeah? That's if they got a fat ass, because a lot of these women walk around in their yoga pants showing their fat asses. And there's a lot of men saying, yeah, my neighbour's got a fat ass. And in that day when the lights go out, who's she gonna call? Yeah? Is she gonna turn into Wonder Woman? Yeah? And fight off 6 men? Because women are gonna be grabbed up. Yeah, because they're booty. They're nothing but spoils of war. But like I said, because of the white boy, yeah, is in power, because the white is in power, at the moment that is, his society is falling, yeah? Because the one they call Jesus Christ is a black guy. They told us he's a white boy. That's why he's angry, that's why he's jacking up the planet, yeah? The black woman's gonna go into order soon, yeah? Her love of the white boy is not gonna be in power no more, yeah? And she's gonna have to adhere to the black man, otherwise her head is gonna be separated from her body. But first she's gonna go through all kind of atrocities, just like it says in Micah 7:10. She that is my enemy shall sit, and shame is going to cover her. Why? Because she's going to be shamed. She worshipped the white boy as Jesus. The white boy ain't nothing. Yeah, he was given the power from our God. Yeah, the God of the Israelites. He was given the power. The same way he gave it to him, he's going to take it away. Because he's taking away his power now. As you can see, the Chinese, the Japanese, all of them have got nuclear weapons now. So the white boy has to negotiate with them. He can't drop, before he dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that's when everybody was scared of him. But now, Russia has got, their own man is got ready to drop bombs on him. You know about that, sir? Russia go and drop bombs, yeah?
Yeah, we know about that.
What are you going to do about it when there's no food in the shop? What are you going to do? See? Everybody's walking around in their simplicity because tomorrow morning they can wake up. But what about down the road when you wake up and there's no food? What are you going to do then? Who are you going to call though? Ghostbusters? Yeah? Our people are completely gone. Yeah? That's why the Lord said 66.6% of our people are going to die. They're going to get put to death. And you know what? They deserve it. Like Jeremiah said, don't put up a cry for these people. Because they're rebellious. They are a rebellious nation. Yeah? They don't want to hear about God no more. You know why? Because the white boy is in power. And when white is in power, he's a godless person. Yeah? He talks about science and all that madness. Yeah? LGBTQ, Z, and all that madness. He would rather wear his wife's bra and her knickers. Because he's a twisted, he's a real monkey. Yeah? His state was like a snake in the dust, slithering on his belly in the caves of Europe. What about we're going to the wild man in a minute, yeah? We're going to deal with this toxic masculinity, yeah? Let's get Corinthians. Because there is order in the Bible, there is order. God set up order on the earth. But why is it out of order? Because white boy. Everything's going back to the white boy. Yeah? It's his fault. And that's why society, you can't sustain a society and how he's running it. You can't sustain the world how he's running it. Yeah? And this is Paul in the spirit. Yeah? It says here, be ye followers of me, even as also I am a Mashiach, the one they call Jesus Christ, is a black guy. Do you know Jesus is a black guy, man? Did you know that? Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things. This is what Paul said, to remember him in all things. Not some, in all things. And keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. Now what was the ordinances? The laws. That's why we say the white man is a lawless. He is a lawless man. He goes by feelings, like Aleister Crowley said, do what thou will. Yeah? This is his mentality. Do what feels right. And he said, Paul said, now I pray you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. Right? Because Apostle Paul was an apostle to the Gentiles. And who were the Gentiles? They would have you believe that the Gentiles was white boys in Rome. They would have you believe the Gentiles was Japanese people in the land of Ammon. And so forth and so on, the Chinese Marabite. They would have you believe that Paul was going to the other nations. No, he was going to the Jews, the so-called Israelites, what was scattered in the diaspora. Because how did we get to England? How did we get to America? How did we get to the Arab world? We were scattered there because that was one of the curses. The Lord said he's going to scatter us among all nations because of our disobedience. Yeah? He said he's going to make us go down the lowest. That's why everybody looks at us as niggers, monkeys, baboons, coons, wetbacks. You know what I mean? This is why they look at us that way. Because it's all God's play. We are God's chosen. The Israel. You know about the Israelites, sir? You're Muslim, innit? Esau. You know Esau? Come on, man. Let's talk about Islam. Yeah, you know, I would have cut him in it, but like I said, yeah. So the ordinances, it says here, But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. So the head of every man, every Israelite man that is, when it says every man, remember these letters are written to the Israelites what are scattered in Corinth, in Greece. Yeah? So he said that every man, every Israelite man, the head of every Israelite man is the one they call Jesus Christ, the black guy. Yeah? Not the white boy. The white boy in our head. How can a man that put you in hardcore slavery be your head? Hmm? How can a man who done this to you be your head, that put you in slavery and destroyed you even to this day? How can he be your head? Yeah? But put you in slave ships? Yeah? How can this man be your head? Yeah? He's going into slavery. You know what I mean? He's up next for slavery, this man. Yeah? He thinks he's going to rule the world forever. His days are numbered. Yeah? And it says, I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Every Israelite man is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God. So the head of the woman is the man. So where do they get this term toxic masculinity from? Yeah? Where do they get that from? Where do they get toxic masculinity from? Have you heard of toxic masculinity? Never heard of it, no? Damn Edomites, yeah? You're going to realise this toxic masculinity is one of these fables what the white man has made up to keep us in the dust. Yeah? Because you know that the white man is not upright. He's a crooked and twisted creature. That's why Job 17:5 says that his days are determined, they are numbered. The number of his days are with the Most High. You can't run this society the way it's run on LGBTQ, homosexuality, bestiality. All this society has got to go down. Just like these two here, you see, as you can see, they're Batima, you understand? They're Batima, yeah? And then he's gesturing to his boyfriend that I'm mad. He's putting his cock in another man's bottom, but I'm the mad one. You know what I mean? How do you feel about that, sir? One sec, let me ask you a question.
One Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, see, look, you're a wise guy. Let me spud you, mate.
Now, fuck baddies and fuck faggots and got killer filth, man, they're ruining the whole atmosphere, you know?
Let me ask you this question. How did you get here?
Mum and dad.
No, a father. We'll put the father first.
Oh, yeah.
Because this society talks about toxic masculinity. Have you heard of that term before?
I've heard it, yeah, but I see more toxic estrogenicity around there.
Right, what does toxic masculinity mean?
It's when soft people don't like strong men.
It means that you've got hegemony, that man is above the woman. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's natural, isn't it?
Right, that's natural. But why have they turned everything around? So this is what they're doing. What it is, they're estrogen. Like you said, you've got estrogen and what's the other one? Testosterone.
Yeah, testosterone.
Right.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now, they're turning everything around. They're putting estrogen in the women, and they're putting what's the other one?
Well, they're taking testosterone out of the men as well, isn't it?
They're putting testosterone in
the
women.
women, yeah,
and
put
they're putting
estrogen in us.
I read a story before I come out, right? There's this young boy, he's nothing but a little toddler. Do you know what the woman done in the school, the teacher done? She put a dress on that little boy. He doesn't know no different. But this is what they're doing in this society. They're taking the man, toxic masculinity, they're taking the manly spirit, yeah, and they're telling us now we can't be men no more.
Well, that's a brilliant way to ruin the family structure.
But that's why you see missiles ready to be launched. That's why you see famine coming, right? Because you know about the food shortages. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, man.
In America, it's terrible. They've got famine over there. They're not telling the people. They're not going on the news and telling what the true story is. They've got water shortages over there. And all this is because they've turned everything around. Ever heard of the Bible before?
Yeah, I read the Bible. Yeah.
You read the Bible?
Yeah, King James, man.
Yeah, do you know King James was a black guy? Did you know that?
I've heard a lot of that, and the Stuarts and that.
Yeah, see, the Stuarts.
Charles Stuart.
Yeah, you know the Stuarts. You know what Stuarts goes back to? You know that term?
Well, Schwartz.
Yeah, see, you're an educated kid. What colour Schwartz?
Black.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad I stopped you. You're an educated dude, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sweet,
you see,
man.
like, you see these people walking around? Man, look, your knowledge you got is on a high level. You understand?
Well,
these people ain't got no knowledge.
Yeah, well, the Bible was the one that taught me all the words.
That's King James here. He's from the Stewart family.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Because you don't see many pictures of him like
That's
that.
him there, yeah? And there's he's Mary Queen of Scots, that's his mother. Did you know that? Do you know he's the king of England and Scotland?
He was the first king of England and Scotland.
No, he's the 6th king of Scotland.
But he was the first one to unify
He's the
England
first
and
king of
Scotland.
England, yeah? But the 6th of Scotland.
Right.
Yeah?
I meant he was the first to unify England and Scotland. I think
He
that might be
unified
right.
Wales,
Britain or whatever.
all that, yeah. That's why he got the Union Jack.
He started that.
He's
yeah.
the one who unified it, King
Jolly
James.
Roger.
There's Queen Elizabeth. You had a Queen Elizabeth the first?
First.
Yeah. She's the one who set up all the plays, all the theatres for the plays.
She's blocky, yeah?
She's a darkie, yeah. Yeah. William Shakespeare used to do his plays in their theatres. William Shakespeare is a black guy. See, all they taught us, when they come in the Renaissance, it was called the rebirth. They changed everything.
Whitewashed it.
Yeah, that's what they called it. It's called iconoclasm. That means whitewashing images.
Well,
That's what
yeah,
it
because
is.
the Dark Ages,
The
I've
Dark
heard
Ages.
Dark Ages was all black people running
Fuck
things.
it, no,
around
this
there.
guy, go the cameraman and say that, bro. Just say what you just said.
Born out of Babylon. My mum told me St. Patrick was a black man when I was about 6 years old.
So this guy's on point. He knows. He ain't been brain dirtied by this society. He knows that so-called King James. He knows that William Shakespeare are black guys. But why did they do all this? Because when they put us in cargo slave ships, they had to make us, because we are the Israelites, God's chosen. They had to knock us down. They had to keep us in the dark.
And they claim Israel for themselves.
Right. them
And they
people
ain't
there,
Israel.
Them people there, see the people over there.
Yeah. Desert rats.
And we're going to find, that's why you see today, this society is falling apart, right? Because we're going to go into the changing of the guard. The real rulers of this earth are the 12 tribes of Israel. See these people there?
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed why we've got 12 days in a month? We've got 12 months in a year, 12 tectonic plates. Because the Israelites, right, we're in the cohesion with the earth.
12 disciples.
Yeah, we're the Knights of the Round Table, 12 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That vibration. When you look at a snowflake, it's got 12 sides.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Natural, yeah.
So everything is in, you know what I mean?
And even the
Intertwined.
Star of David is like a
Yeah, the
snowflake.
Manga,
as well.
yeah, Maganda, yeah. The stick represents the 12 tribes of Israel. I've got it here.
Okay, yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
7 candles, yeah.
Yeah, this is what Christ is 7 churches of Asia Minor. I was just reading about Paul. What's your name?
Amen.
Eamon.
Yeah.
Okay, Eamon. You're Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, so
What's
you
your
know,
name?
my name's Taz.
Taz, nice
Yeah.
one.
Do you know that?
They call him racist Taz. He's against the white race.
Tasmanian devil, they think he is.
That one, look at his eyes. You see, he's got spirits on him. See his eyes? Look at his eyes. He's got demons on him. That's them eyes are demons. He's a
Yeah,
demon. He's
Ash
a
Lady.
demon. Yeah, he's a demon. He's a demon, yeah? Don't worry about him, yeah?
Yeah, where's he from? He's like Middle East or
Yeah,
whatever.
something like that. Yeah, he's a
But
demon.
they don't know. They ain't got a clue
No,
what's going on.
they call them desert niggas or sand niggas.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
they don't know
really
nothing.
know nothing.
They believe a rock. You know what I mean? They go around a rock called Allah. They kiss it like this. That's like kissing a bin, an inanimate object.
yeah.
But don't do nothing for you.
It's shining
The
out.
bombs are
nicely.
still falling on them. Where's Allah saving them?
They're just copying the Bible anyway.
Yeah, I've got the Quran here.
Is it? Yeah.
This is the plagiarism of the Bible. If you know about Muhammad, he sat at the feet of us, the Hebrews, yeah? And he said, you know what? Let's make another religion. Because really, it's us who made up Islam. Because we wanted to get the so-called the Islamic people out of Jerusalem. Because if you know about Saladin and all them, they run Israel at that time.
Right.
You understand? So we said, let's make up a religion to get them out.
Well, what are you saying? Saladin was Israel.
No, Saladin was an Arab.
Yeah.
What it was, we had to get them out of Jerusalem. So we made up Islam. And if you know about Khadija and Aisha, Khadija was one of the wives of Muhammad. I'm going to read it to you. Yeah, I've got all the information.
And he liked them young. I think.
6 years old, Aisha. Yeah. And what is that called? What did I tell you? He was a paedophile, isn't it?
Yeah, man. 6 ain't no waiting for nothing.
No, because you can't impregnate a 6-year-old.
Right, innit?
You see what I mean?
But they would. They try.
Well, it tells you that Muhammad done a thing called, I think, what is it called? Rubbing his penis between her legs or something. For a little girl like that. It shows you how off it is, yeah?
And that's where his people are coming from.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So what do they know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is I didn't write this. This is Babylon to Timbuktu. This is a scholar named Rudolph R. Windsor. Rudolph R. Windsor. Yeah. This is what he said about Islam and Judaism. Yeah. It says here, the Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion. There you go. Because the Bible was up 600 years before the Quran. It says here, first of all, the basic idea of monotheism. That monotheism is one God. Yeah. Which is the belief in one God. He said. The Jewish confession of the unity of God is Shemai Yasha Allah Allah Hayanawa Ahaya Akud. Yeah? That's Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one God. Yeah? Muhammad's slogan is as follows. Ilahi Allah Allah Muhammad Rusul Allah. Yeah? Then it says here, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the Prophet Allah. Yeah? Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jewish calendar, the Day of Atonement. That's why they have their fasting, right? And it says here, their Sabbath day. That's when they rest, when they rest on it, don't cook or nothing. And then there's here much of the Bible and narratives from the Midrash, and many points the Bible and narratives from the Midrash. It says here of ritual law. Incidentally, the Jews prayed 3 times. So we used to pray 3 times to our God. And it says here, a day facing to Jerusalem. So we used to pray to the east. The east, I think, is that way. East is that way, yeah? So we used to pray 3 times. This is what it says about to the Muslims.
They do 5 now.
And it says the Muslims, Jew believers prayed 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca. So what it is, they tried to top us. So they said, if they pray 3 times a day, we'll pray 5 times and we'll pray to Mecca. Right, it says here, trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion. So they tried to convert us to this new religion. Because the Bible is not a religious book. The Quran is a religious book. Because it's made off of the Bible. You understand?
What Islam.
Right, and all that, yeah, all that comes in it, Islam comes in it. It says here, the Jews were adamant and resisted his change. The high esteem which the Prophet held for the Jews was transformed to enmity, that is, become an enemy. And instead of allies, he looked upon them as competitors. Right? Muhammad needed to confirm the confirmation of his influential Jews to validate his mission. So he needed us, the Jews, to validate. That's why he tried to incorporate us and say, like, this new religion is the way. Right? So he needed us to validate, yeah? And it says here, Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their torment. Just like the Romans became our tormentors, because we wouldn't adhere, we would stay with our God, you understand? And it says here, Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jewish religion, like we say, 5 days, pray, it says here. He favoured the Jews by accepting many of their laws and traditions. That's why you read the Quran. Thou shalt not kill, you're supposed to eat with his laws, what you're supposed to do. Yeah, laws gives you balance. Why wouldn't you eat pork? Do you eat pork?
No.
Why wouldn't you eat it?
Because pigs are bottom feeder, but mostly because of the
God,
Bible.
this guy's on point, man.
Yeah.
You're on fucking point,
Yeah,
bro.
pigs, crabs,
Shrimps.
crustaceans.
Right,
whatever,
but what are they designed for?
Eating shit.
Right, all
Cleaning everything.
Yeah, the cleaning
And
agent.
pigs ain't got sweat glands. They don't excrete
Right. So there's toxins. So when you're eating that,
You're
all them
taking it all
toxins.
in.
Right, and that's why you get worms and all that.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, don't eat that.
And they love it
Yeah,
here.
and that's where you
Everyone
go. He
loves
said,
it. All you,
know what?
Oh, I love a bit of
do you know what
pork.
Irish means? Irate comes from the term angry man. But it goes back to Hibernian, means the Hebrew.
Yeah, Hibs, that's right.
Hibs and all that Hibernian.
Yeah,
Do you remember back in the day?
You're fucking smart.
Remember back in the day they had on the pubs, no blacks, no dogs
Irish.
and no Irish.
Yeah.
Why was that? Because they knew we was the same people. Do you understand?
Yeah. My mum always said that.
Yeah, and when
Blacks
my
and
mum
Irish.
come over here, the first person she got close to was the Irish one.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
When I was a kid going shopping with my mum only got on with West Indian people.
Right, because
and
we're
West
one-
African as well.
Yeah, because West African are our people.
Yeah,
We're
the same
Israelites.
as Caribbean.
Yeah, we're Israelites.
And
That's
the
why we
spirit
got it so well.
resonated.
Right.
My mum don't even like English people.
We're not supposed to, because they're the enemy.
Yeah, they're
Look what did they do to you when they went over there? Divide and conquered. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You know what I mean? You're on point, bro. You're the first person I've come across being on the street teaching the truth who's got your knowledge.
You know about Hibs, man, and Hibernia. That's big time.
Yeah. That's where it comes from. Hebrews.
Yeah, you've got no reason to know that. Oh yeah, because it's Hebrew, yeah.
Yeah, it's Hebrew, man.
That's proper knowledge.
And it says here, right? Muhammad changed the Jewish Sabbath from Saturday to Friday.
Ah.
Because what you got to realise is, back in the day, we never had the Gregorian calendar. That came up by Julius and all them, yeah?
Yeah, Greco-Roman.
Yeah, the Roman Greco, right? How do we measure time?
Moon.
By the moon. That's where you get the term month from, right? The moon. So Moses didn't say, Miriam, what time is it? He looked at the sky, looked at the sun and the moon, and said, oh, it's this time. This is how they used to gauge it. Remember they had the clocks, what they used to have, where the sundials, and all that, they used to gauge it by that.
Beautiful.
Right? And that's how we get our Sabbath days, we gauge it by the moon.
But that said, he turned it from Saturday to Friday.
Yeah.
But it's Friday in the
That's
Bible,
why they go
isn't
to,
it?
Muslims go to where? To pray, on what day? To the mosque.
They go on what?
Friday. Yeah, check it out.
But the Sabbath in the Bible is Friday to Saturday, isn't
No,
it?
it goes by the moon. Because remember, we don't have Friday and Saturday. Friday goes back to Frida, was a Greek god. Sunday, sun worship. Saturday, Saturn. We didn't have all that. This is when the so-called the Englishman come.
When's the Sabbath?
The Sabbath goes by the moon. You count 6-7 days on the moon cycle. We do. We got a Sabbath clock on the actual app. You can see it when it comes in.
So it's a different time every
Yeah,
day?
it's different time. It's different time. It's different cycle. You see what I mean? But what it is, you got people doing it from Friday to Saturday. As long as you're doing it Friday to Saturday, it don't really matter, because the Bible talks about rehearsing the righteous acts. Because we ain't going to be able to do all the laws perfectly, because this is probably mixed. Yeah? The food we're getting is defiled. You understand? We don't own our own farms. We don't own our own clothes factories.
Yeah, we're slaves. We're
proper
Babylon,
slaves.
innit?
Yeah, we are in Babylon. We're slaves. You know what I mean? But let's read a bit more here. It says here, on Friday, we have another parallel with Christianity and Muslims, because they go by, they believe in Isa, they call him, who's Jesus, and Moshe, who's Moses. Yeah? It says here, change Sunday, Friday, calendar. Easter separate from Passover. Do you know what Easter goes back to?
Well, the Catholics were telling me it was the resurrection and that.
No, it's the Passover. What happened in the Passover? Do you know what happened in Egypt to the Israelites in Egypt? You know what happened to them? They was enslaved by the so-called dark nations, because they would have you believe that so-called all black people are Africans. But I know you're more smarter than that. You understand? Africa goes back to a Roman general called who? Leo Scipio Africanus. Yeah, so he conquered the so-called Hannibal in the Second Punic War. So what did they do when they took over those regions? They named it after themselves. Like we got Colombia is named after who? Christopher Columbus. Amerigo Vespucci. Yeah, the map maker. Yeah? Yeah? All these things, what's the other one? There's others what they name, because it tells you that in Psalms 49 and 11, that they name the lands after themselves when they conquer. Yeah? So we know we're not African, because these black people come out of Roman general, so-called black people, Africans. So they come out of a Roman general called Leo Scipio Africanus. No, he doesn't. Where you've got different nations, like we're saying. You come under the umbrella of Israel. You probably might be one of the Israelite nations, you know? This is what they call. Well, you are definitely from the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah?
Definitely. I would definitely say that you're an Israelite from your spirit. You understand?
Yeah, I live in hope.
But yeah, you are. You definitely are, because your spirit resonates. Yeah. The way you.
My dad was always on Israel.
Because the Irishman, like I told you, goes back to Hibernia. The Hebrews.
And we've been fucked over plenty.
And he was in a low state. The potato families, indentured servants. Right? Because you're the Israel. You're under curses just like us.
You reckon same or what? Not as bad?
You're in the same curses as us.
Because some of us were on ships, but they were saying you guys were slaves, we were indentured servants.
Yeah.
We could get free in 7 years.
Yeah, but because when you went to New York, you ever seen the Gangs of New York? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
It showed you about the Irish and all that, yeah? But what it is, like I'm saying, the Irish man is a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah. Thumbs up. You good? Yeah. 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 He's a pastor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's pastor.
You got any women for me?
He's a pastor pork chop though.
You got pastor? You got any women? Pastor's a pimp.
he's a pastor pork chop. Ask him about 2 Jesuses. Because you know there's 2 Jesus in the Bible, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah. There's 2 Jesus. There's that Jesus. This one here.
Caesar Borgia.
Yeah. And there's another Jesus, the real Jesus, the black guy.
That's right.
Yeah? No, Yahushua name.
Yahweh.
Yeah, remember that name, Yahushua, that's his name. Yeah? And God's name is Yahweh. And when he did to Peter, I come in my father's name. Yeah? So his name is gonna be incorporated in his father's name.
Is that Hebrew?
Yes, yeah, Hebrew, yeah.
No,
Yahweh. No, Aramaic came after from Aram. See, that was one of the cousins, I think, of Arphaxad. Was it Arphaxad? Aram. I think that was your family. Alright? So Aramaic came from Aram. But we spoke, see that one time everybody spoke Hebrew. It was called the Lashawan Kodash, the Holy Tongue. There's no such thing as English, French, that all come about from the Tower of Babel.
Because everyone wanted to get near to God.
Yeah, that's why they build today skyscrapers, because they're still trying to get to the heavens. See what I mean? But as soon as they went up that high,
Made us babble.
no, the Lord said, I'm going to bring them down. But who built their world up there? Who's up in the stars? Who's up in the space stations and the satellites? Who's doing them things? Which people are doing it? Originally done it.
Them people.
Not just like the Edomites, the Caucasian man.
Yeah.
They done it.
Russians, Europe,
Russia, right.
America.
Russia and America are the main two. But what's the common denominator of that? They're both Edomites, so-called Europeans. As soon as they went into the Most High's realm, in the, what was that, the 60s, early 60s?
69, I think.
Yeah, 69, around 70s, yeah? That's when he said, I'm going to bring them down.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that's why you see now from the 70s, remember what happened in the 70s? The gold standard. You know the gold standard?
The what?
The gold standard. You could go into the bank
Oh, yeah.
and you could say, I got £20.
Give me gold.
Yeah, £20 of gold. I think, what was it who took it away? Nixon or one of them?
Alright. Or Reagan.
I don't know Reagan, there's another one.
Nixon.
Was it Nixon? Yeah. Took the gold standard. Yeah, Nixon, right? So there's a voice out in the shadows, yeah?
Yeah, Can't
Nixon.
even see his face. You
Yeah,
see
no,
the
I
voice.
saw him looking at the goods.
Yeah.
But as soon as all that happened,
Yeah.
because you've got to have something backing your money. What happened to the Greeks? Did you hear about the Appian Way? There was a road where they used to bring in all their commodities and whatnot. And what happened is they done it's the same thing what they're doing today. It's called quantitative easing. You know what quantitative easing
Yeah,
is?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Right. Fractional reserve banking, they're printing money. And once you print something, you have loads of it. What does it create?
Devalued.
Devalued.